Welcome to Cardinal Coach's Corner. We're joined today, and we're very excited to have Coach Adam Sanchez here, the head soccer coach in his first year at the college, with us today for the very first time. Coach won 2 national titles and 10 seasons at Iowa Western, where he won 154 games. His Iowa Western squads finished in the top NJCAA top 10 all 10 years, and 9 of those in the top 5. So, needless to say, Coach, we're glad to have you here. And the Cardinals are currently ranked number 15 with a 3-1-4 season record. And we'll get Coach to explain those 4 ties here in just a minute. But welcome aboard.
Thanks. I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
What attracted you to Trinity Valley? I mean, you had a great run going at Iowa Western that would have continued on and on and on and on, but why come back to Texas?
Yeah, I think what attracted me to Trinity Valley was, one, the weather. I think my family was tired of the Iowa winters. It gets brutal up there. I think just before the shoot you said safe confines of Iowa, and in the winter it's not so safe. And so obviously the weather attracted us a lot, but also the support that the soccer program and the athletic department is receiving from the college, and that really intrigued me, and I knew it could be a good place to help continue to realize the vision and the trajectory that the women's soccer program was on. And so that excited me to kind of build something new, and I just thought, like, am I really good, or did I just get lucky? So we'll see.
Well, I don't think you just got lucky. So, well, I would think that it is exciting for a coach, though, to take a program that's relatively still in its infancy, to build it and make it your own and put your own stamp on it, so to speak.
Yeah, I think there's excitement in that, and putting your kind of your DNA or your fingerprint on a program and helping it get to the next level. Obviously, like I said, they were on the right track last year. The trajectory was good, and now it's just about going good to great, and that's a challenge, and that's really, really difficult. And I think, like, hard things don't scare me, and in fact they excite me, and so I love a challenge. So that's why I'm here.
And the pit provides a great atmosphere too, down in the pit there, and the crowds gather once the classes are out and the public starts gathering in the afternoons.
Yeah, it's a great environment, and like I said, the community support is fantastic here, and that attracted me as well. So yeah, it's a good environment. We love the pit. We're going to try to make it even better as the season goes on and as the years go on, and make it a fortress.
Having coached in the Midwest there in Iowa for Western for a decade, are there any difference or much differences at all to the styles of play that you saw in that part of the nation versus down here in the South?
Yeah, I think one thing that I looked at before I came down was how much the weather and the temperature plays into a team's style of play. I think in Iowa we were able to play in cooler climates, so we could play a little bit more of an aggressive, high-tempo, high-intensity game for the course of 90 minutes and not really be affected by the heat. Whereas here, the play is a little bit more direct, have a little bit more athleticism in your teams, but the play is still a little bit slower to manage the weather and the heat. So you can't go high intensity for 90 minutes. At least we're not sure we can go yet.
Well, will that have any effect on the type of athlete that you recruit that maybe you haven't recruited in the past?
A little bit, but I think whenever you go to a new area, you want to be able to get the best players from that local area. So they're already adapted to what you need to have in a team, and that's one of my recruiting philosophies, is we want to make sure that we have a good percentage of Texans on our roster, of local talent that can compete at a high level, but also bleed into the rest of the squad and let the new players that come from different areas this is just what we do. Like, it's not hot. This is regular temperature.
Well, 8 games into the season, what's your assessment of where you think you are as a team right now?
I think we're growing. I think we're still finding out who we are. We're not sure who our best 11 is, and so that's exciting for the players, where they can come to training every day and kind of earn their spot and continue to impress. So we're still growing, and my teams traditionally and historically, we never start out great. I think my record in August, if you take away the last 4 or 5 years, my record in August is about 500. Well,
it gets better after that.
It gets a lot better after that, and I think I take pride in that my teams grow into the season, and we get better and better.
Well, you never want to be the team you're going to be in August as opposed to November.
Yeah, 100%, and that's what we tell the group, and I've told this to other people, is I love to liken the season or the team as the life of a butterfly, right? We're at the beginning, we're ugly caterpillars, but we're looking to grow into beautiful butterflies, but angry butterflies, killer butterflies.
Well, ideally, what style do you prefer to play if you're in a perfect world for one of your teams?
Yeah, in a perfect world where we're pushing the envelope on both sides of the ball. We're being the aggressors, whether we're attacking or whether we're defending. In fact, we replace the word defending with attacking without the ball. We want to be able to make sure that we leave our imprint, our fingerprint, our DNA on the match. We want to make sure that everybody knows that was a Cardinal soccer team playing. And we never want to be kind of reactive. We want to go after games, and we want to go and win games.
One thing that I've always been struck by when you get to bring a new coach in, one who's been as highly successful as you've been, how much of a challenge is it chemistry-wise for a team? You inherit players that are returning, obviously, and you bring players in to make that mesh.
Yeah, so I thought about this before the season, and this is my first time in 16 years that I'm coaching a team that has never been coached by me, or I'm coaching players that have never been coached by me. So no one knows what I'm like, and I'd like to think that I'm different from a lot of their previous coaches, and maybe not better, just different. And I have different ideas and different ways about going and doing things, and so that's a challenge for players to kind of adapt to a new coach. But I think in the junior college world, that's just what we do every single year. Like every year we're turning over our roster at least 50%, and you're always bringing in a new team. And so for the new players, it's what I've always done and what I think I'm really good at. But for the players that are returning, my job is to earn their respect.
Right.
And I don't expect it. I don't demand it. But I have to work really, really hard to earn their respect, and they deserve it.
How receptive have they been to what you're trying to do?
Oh, they've been absolutely fantastic, and I think just the results that we've gotten in the first half of the season has been indicative of that. And so they've been absolutely fantastic.
Now, we mentioned earlier that you had 4 ties on the season. I'm sure that's probably among the most you've ever had in a season, probably, maybe?
Yeah, it's up there. I think last year we had four ties,
okay.
Or at least I had 4 ties at Iowa Western. But it's part of the game, and we've got to learn how to win games. And I think we're doing a great job of not losing games. But now we've got to go after our opponent and kind of be a little bit more lethal and be a little bit more effective with the chances that we create and put teams away.
Well, that sets up the final question I was going to ask you just perfectly. What are your expectations now as you head into the second half of the season?
Yeah, we want to turn those ties into wins. That's the goal. And but I think even with those results, we're still in a great position midway through the season. If you would have asked me if where we're at in the standings before the season, and if we'd be there mid-season, I'd take it. We've got some big matches, one today and then one on Friday. Like every match is big, and then we've got a big one against the number 3 team in the country next week. So, like we're exactly where we want to be, and we're ready to attack this second half of the season.
Well, Adam, I want to thank you for stopping by for your first visit on Cardinal Coach's Corner. We'll have you back, obviously, before the season's over. I just know a lot of folks are talking Cardinal soccer, and that's exciting to hear them do that, and we're glad to have you here.
Well, yeah, we want to keep them talking about Cardinal soccer all year long, so and keep it going.
Folks, thanks for joining us on Cardinal Coach's Corner. We'll be back again next week. Go Cards.